Okay, so you can see on this tub that we have two chips, one right here and one right here. Now for this tub repair, we're going to be using this. You just pick this up from Lowe's and it should work perfectly for what we're doing. But before we get to that, we need to start with the preparation. Now, you don't want your tub to have any sorts of residue on it, like soap scum or oils or anything like that. So you have to start off by first prepping the area. Now, since I don't have too much soap scum, and this tub has been cleaned before, I'm going to just use some isopropyl alcohol and a paper towel. Now you want to saturate the paper towel a bit. Make sure it's nice and wet. And then you go to the spot that you're gonna treat and give it a good wipe. You want to make sure that you get all of any sorts of residue off of it. Now, I like using 91% isopropyl alcohol because it dries fairly quickly, and we'll just leave that to dry and we'll hit this other spot. Now, preparing this one may be even more important because it's going to be soaking in the water as you take a shower. So you want to make sure that you get all of any sort of residue off of it. And I may even do a second wipe on this one just to make sure, but we're gonna leave that till after we do the next step. Now that this is dry, we're gonna wanna take some sandpaper and sand down the edges so that you can have a good bond and you don't have any flakes or chips. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, you're only gonna give it good sand, don't go too heavy on it. You just kinda want to make sure that this thing has a good surface to bond to. So you get a little bit of edge. You take down these harsh edges and you should be ready to go. Same thing for this one. Now that we've done that, I like to take a nice fresh cloth or paper towel, and we're gonna take our isopropyl alcohol again and give it a good wipe. Now the kit does come with its own isopropyl alcohol and stuff like that. But personally, I have my own already and don't see the harm in using it. Okay. So if you want to use that one, you can. But now, let's get to the kit. So we have the kit here. As you can see, this is a gel coat fiberglass tub and shower repair kit. So when you open the box, I got the bone color to match this tub. It comes with the packet of that stuff. We're gonna get into that a little bit later, as well as the gel itself. So this gel is the actual thing that will give you the color. And this, and in here we have the hardener. And it comes with everything that I've used just now. So it comes with two little sanding strips. It looks like 600 grit, and it might just be two 600 grits. So this restores paint from metal, plastic, and fiberglass. You have an alcohol pad. You have your liquid hardener. Now it gives you, it's a very deceiving bottle because it gives you only this much, but you don't really need too much anyway, so. And then you have your application stick or mixing stick. So let's read these instructions. Try and figure this out. Okay, so this right here is the polish I use at the end. So first off, let's start off with getting piece of cardboard so we can mix. So first off, you want to take this application stick that we have here, open up your gel. You want to take a good amount of this stuff out. Put it on your cardboard. Now this does have an odor, so you may want to wear like a respirator or somewhat. But you can see it matches fairly well. So we take out this much. You want to apply it to here. Now you want to put a few drops of this hardener inside. Now this does smell fairly strong, so again, I recommend a respirator. So we go here. I'm going to add 4 drops. The hardener. Let's right in. Should be okay. And you want to mix this well. Make sure you get all of that hardener in there and mix nice and thoroughly. Might just add 1 more drop. It says 4 to 6 drops, so should be fine. I'm just gonna add a little bit. Yeah, 5 drops should be fine. Right in the middle, right? Okay, so now that we have this, we can start our application. Right, so since you have it all mixed up, you have to work semi-quickly, not terribly. You have a bit of time. And you can see how you want to add this in pretty liberally. So make sure you catch all of that. And don't worry if it looks like a mess right now. We're going to sand this down anyways. So I'm going to leave it a bit high. Some of that excess. So you want to scrape your popsicle stick right there. And then just go over this a little bit. Just skim off the top. Here. Skim on top. You can get rid of some of that excess. You don't want to see any of that steel. This may be a bit high, but I prefer it higher than lower. I'm just gonna fill the edges over here. And don't worry, it doesn't need to be pretty at this moment. Just need to get full coverage. And that's what we're doing. So now that we had that, we're going to tackle this one. You just rinse and repeat. And just make sure that you're getting full coverage. Now now I got some on my finger and I'm just going to take the same isopropyl alcohol and just wipe it off. And so if this happens to you, you know what to do. Just take off the bulk with that, and then I'm just gonna give my hands a wash. Some warm soapy water. You don't want this in contact with your skin for too long. I probably should have wore gloves to begin with, but okay. So I'm an idiot and I forgot that we have this polish that we're supposed to use instead of the sandpaper, just to, you know, flatten out the edges and everything. So I would recommend getting it as smooth as you can in the beginning. And I used the sandpaper that I have, but if I'm not sure if it'll show up on camera, but there's a slight bit of discoloration that I kind of caused because of using such an aggressive sandpaper. So don't do that and use this instead. So we're gonna finish this off with this. So basically, rip this open, squeeze a little out. Get a nice generous serve in there. And then basically you're just gonna polish this out. Hold that there. And we're just gonna polish this out.
And as you can see, I didn't do a very good job at getting it completely even, but the future hope of this is to actually refinish it. So I'm not really too worried about it. And these should be filled with refinishing kit that we use. So not too big of a deal. So, but this is more of like a temporary band-aid for us, but it feels like it should last for a while. Anyways, has a pretty strong bond. No, it doesn't look quite perfect, like factory finish, but all the cracks and chips are filled and we don't have to worry about it rusting. So